Hello and welcome to episode 167 of Naija's Geeking Out, your favorite comic book podcast with a Naija twist. And we are back. The Three Musketeers are back again, your favorite comic book hosts. Here again to talk to you about comic books, our view on comic book movies, TV series.
All
Yeah,
things, all
all
things
things.
comic, all things
Exactly. All things
superhero.
comic. Yes. So today I've got Red the regular with me. Red, how you doing, man?
Regular as always. I'm looking forward to who Dark was going to offend today. Which class he's going after.
Today's the Native Americans. So already there's no. He's going for the
Equal,
Cherokee,
equal,
the
equal
Choctaw,
opportunity.
equal opportunity. All of them, the Sui, the all of them. He's going to
What's,
bundle all of
what's
them
that
like
new one I learned last week? Opaji.
Apache,
No,
No
no,
Apache, no Apache.
Opaji. The ones in
Osage.
the Osagi. You say
Osage.
Osagi. Yeah,
Osage.
Yeah.
All right, all of
Osagi.
them will just vex all of them together.
Yeah.
That well, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm in a bad mood from another show that I watched,
Okay.
and I shall be
Wow.
taking
Okay.
my anger out on another show
Wait.
on this
Be fair. Be
podcast.
fair.
Yeah.
Be fair. Give this podcast it's due. Okay, so don't bring vexation in here. All right. All right. Good. So speaking of so last week we said we're looking forward to watching something on Disney Plus. This is like our first comic book offering, related offering on TV or big screen this year.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, so I don't want it to. I don't want to say it's an omen for the year. And it's from Marvel Studios. It's Echo. So
Yeah.
Echo was we were introduced to Echo like 2 years ago, right? Like a year and a half.
Yes,
Something
we
like that.
were as part of the Hawkeye series, I believe.
Yes, yes, it was part of Hawkeye. Yes, so that was where we first saw her. That's the only place we'd seen her before this. Red, did you watch Hawkeye?
Hawkeye, I did, yes.
Okay,
I did.
yes, yes. Okay, so you saw Echo there in Hawkeye.
I did. I remember. Her.
Okay, yes. So Alakwa Cox, she's back. And this time she has a series that is just dedicated to her people, her struggles, her adventures. How many episodes was this thing?
It was five, Kex. It was five
Five. Okay,
episodes.
five.
Yes.
They all dropped together, right? They all dropped together on Friday.
Yes, which is a departure from the usual for Marvel.
Yeah. Yeah.
They normally drip. For some
Yes.
reason, decided to drop.
Yes. Yes. I'll admit I was I was looking forward to this because not just because I just it's a comic book related thing, and I was curious to see where they would take this one, but this is the first Marvel Spotlight TV series, right? And Spotlight, if you remember, we talked about this is like the street level Marvel stuff, so you're not going to be seeing Galactus or Captain America, or it's highly unlikely.
Yeah.
This is just the street level, the Daredevils, the Punishers, the maybe Night Thrasher, whoever, maybe Moon Knight, who knows.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
think
it's not going
Moon
to
Knight.
be huge.
I
It's
think
just like,
Moon Knight might be the highest level in terms of power set.
yeah, that they would push it.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. They will push it. True. So we wanted to see that sort of whole grounded feel that we missed from the Netflix
Yes, yeah.
Daredevil, and Punisher and Jessica Jones series. So that was something to look forward to. Dropped. Have you seen this? Have you seen this? Red. Have you seen this?
Oh no, I haven't. No, you
Okay,
guys
not
told
yet.
me not
Okay.
to. No, in my case, I'm not yet. I was told. I was told not to bother.
Oh, that well. Have you seen this?
I have indeed. I have seen it.
Okay. Okay.
I've seen all
What?
five
Each one was
episodes.
like what? 45 minutes, something like that.
Correct.
Yeah,
That's around
45
the
minutes.
length. Yeah.
Yeah, around the length of each one, 45,
Mm.
47 minutes time series. Um, and basically it's sort of a homecoming for Maya, right? She's going back to her home in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Uh, and after her adventures in New York. Now, a big thing happened at the end of Hawkeye, right?
Yes.
She
Yes, indeed.
basically points a gun at Wilson Fisk and shoots him
Yes.
in the face.
Yep.
Um, and so she's going back now, and we're like, okay, so where does the story take us from there? So she's killed Kingpin. She's gone back to Oklahoma to her family. Apparently, she's almost like estranged from her family or something.
Yeah,
From
I won't say almost. I think she actually is estranged from her
estranged from her
family. Yeah,
family. Yeah,
yeah,
because we have a flashback at the start of what kind of happens that makes her and her father leave.
yeah,
Um, Her mom dies in a car accident uh, due to sabotage.
yep,
The brakes of the truck are cut. She gets hit by a car.
Oh, it was
The grandmother
sabotage.
says it was
yeah,
sabotage.
yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Because of the father's work. The father was working with
For
or
for
Okay.
for the kingpin.
yeah, for Fisk.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we still don't know who did it, but we should know. Okay, it's part of the gang. It's gang related. Some nameless, faceless gang people that did it. She gets hit by a car, um, and then the grandmother is in so much grief that she sort of lashes out, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
That will currently at the dad and says some things, and then the dad is just like, you know what, sod this. She chases them basically.
yeah,
Let's be honest. That's what she says. I don't want to see you. My daughter never should have been with you, and thus, the man packs his own daughter, puts Echo in a car, and drives away from the family,
yeah.
to live in New York and raise her there. So yeah, so it has some parts from Hawkeye that like interspersed.
Yeah, okay. Just to one thing, Kex, I think we should mention the fact that that car accident is what led to the loss of one of her
Of her
limbs.
leg. Yes,
Yeah,
yes, that's
Oh,
true.
yeah,
really? Oh, so we got a proper backstory of how she lost a leg.
yes, indeed. So it was in that sabotage car crash
Well, for the show, because in the
for the
comics
show.
she's not. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. She's
Exactly.
not. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about this later on. The differences between the comic
Okay.
Echo and the Marvel
Sure.
TV show Echo. And Kex is right. This episode, it's more of a half of a flashback and half of moving the story forward. So there was a lot of footage or different scenes from the ending of
Yeah.
Hawkeye
Yeah.
generally. So you
Yeah.
get to
Oh,
see,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
I would say a good 20 minutes of it is probably
Yeah.
rehashing what happened in Hawkeye, in flashback
Exactly.
scenery.
Yeah. Even
And
the bit
yes,
where her dad dies, where her
yeah,
dad is killed by Ronin, is
yeah,
from the Hawkeye
yeah,
series. The She has a fight with Ronin, of course.
yep,
That's from the Hawkeye series. She, even as a child, when she's learning how to fight the first time, and her dad
yeah,
is like telling her, pay attention. Da, 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 da.
yeah,
That's from the Hawkeye series. So we spent like the first 30 minutes on that.
yeah,
Then there's something I missed out, and the show starts off in a completely odd setting where there's a cave, and then there's
yeah,
some
yeah, yeah,
indigenous people in that cave
yeah,
with markings on their faces and stuff, and they are doing some rituals and drinking some sacred purple
yeah,
herb water or something or whatever it is. But that led us to believe that that is the origin, shall I say secret origin of the Choctaw people,
yeah.
the
That's right.
tribe,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah, of
yeah,
of,
yeah, yeah.
of Native Americans,
Mm,
and that comes into play later on in the series. But the way it
yeah,
starts off is a bit jarring. I'm like, okay, where
yeah,
is this leading? But that tribe has a lady who is their guardian slash defender
They're
yes,
shaman.
of that. Sorry,
I said they're
no,
shaman. They're
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 shaman.
they're,
Exactly.
they're
Yeah,
yeah.
you know what? Exactly. And her name is Kafa. Chafa. What's this?
I honestly cannot remember one. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. You're right. Shafa. Yeah.
It's Chafa. Yes.
I don't know.
So and that's
Sorry, guys. I don't know how we pronounce this word. So Kafa,
bear,
Shafa.
bear with us.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Jaffa. So, and that's the name of the episode of the
Yes.
first episode. So again, as we're saying, she goes back home. Maya goes back home. It turns out she has mixed feelings, but mostly negative feelings about going home. And I
Yes.
thought that was something I never quite understood why she was so not not scared of going home, but actively like angry at the people back home.
Well, I think she believes,
they
especially
kick
towards
them
her
out.
grandmother, yeah,
Yeah.
that when she needed her grandmother the most, she wasn't there for her. That she actively pushed her
Right
away.
away.
Obviously, the grandmother was reacting to the loss of her daughter and was
Yes.
actually more angry at the father than anything
Yes.
else. But obviously, she was impacted by this, and in part of the flashback, Red, we see that she has this very close cousin. I think cousin is the right
Bonnie.
term.
That
Yeah,
that is the right term. Bonnie.
yeah, Bunny. And when she went to New York, obviously it broke them apart, and they were very close, almost inseparable. So that's another person that was still back in this small town place. That she was kind of worried. She didn't want to see. She didn't want to see her. The
Yeah,
cousin.
she didn't, and that's actually the part that confuses me, because this is someone
I
that
She
wrote
don't want.
to her
She don't want to see. She don't want to see her grandma. Or
her cousin.
yeah,
oh, she don't.
she didn't want to see her grandma, but I get that motivation very
Because the
why.
grandma turned her
But she
away.
also didn't want to see her cousin, which was a bit more puzzling because they were very, very close. But
Very close.
I simply see it as when she left, I think the cousin tried to reach out to her, but she did not respond back. And I think it's one of those things where you've offended somebody and you don't know how to break the ice or how to repair that. You rather avoid her
Fair
for the
enough.
rest of your
Okay,
life.
okay,
I think it was
okay,
along those lines.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. You know what? I'll buy that. I'll buy it,
Yeah.
because Bonnie said that, look, I wrote you several emails, I
Yes.
called you so many, never once did you respond. I sent you letters. So it is possible that it was more like a bit of shame that was there as well.
Yeah.
Like, and the last time they saw, they were both innocent and playing, and playing with butterflies. And now I'm a killer, a certified killer, and I think Bonnie's like a paramedic or firefighter or something.
Yeah, firefighter. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're saving lives. I'm actively ending them.
And
So we get reintroduced to her family, and
yeah.
there are two people that she makes contact. Well, three people that she makes contact with when she goes back. She makes contact with her uncle, who is in the crime business as well. He owns a skating rink. She makes contact with one of that was favorite characters, Biscuits, who is like another cousin. So this cousin that is like
oh, his name is Biscuit.
his name is Biscuits. Yes,
Biscuits.
he's a bit of he's a bit slow.
It's
Slow.
the most annoying character.
Yeah. I can't describe him better than that. He's a man child. He's definitely a man child.
He's a man child. He's annoying as a character. Also, I believe the actor portraying him is a terrible actor as well.
I think so.
The whole thing just did not work for me at all.
It didn't work. It didn't work. Yeah, it didn't quite work. Yeah, I agree with that. But so basically the only person she reveals why she's come back home to, the reality of why she's come back home to, is her uncle, who owns the skating rink. And she tells her that, look, that I want to take over the Kingpin's operations in Oklahoma or in Tamaha, which is their town. I did get this part that well.
Give the quote. Give the quote first.
I will not be saying that word. I won't be saying
Red. She said, "What is it? Oh, what you want to go to King?" Yes, it's time for a queen pin.
A queen pin. I won't be saying that word. It's like it's the thing that somebody on the show.
She said this.
She signed it. Yes.
Oh, she signed it. Yeah.
She signed it. Yes. Which is something that someone on the show should, like, the person she was talking to. I was like, yeah, let's not make that a thing. Or
yeah. So let's talk about this. So one of the points that I wrote down very early on was motivations.
Yeah.
When she said this, it did not align with me at all. Where we left her in Hawkeye.
Yes.
It was such a big reach. Hang on a minute. No, you left it because you were betrayed by your beloved uncle. You shot him dead and you left town. But now your ambition is to take over the crime family. I just didn't understand that. One, logically, it didn't make sense anyway. Why on earth would anybody follow you?
It didn't make sense.
Wait. So if I remember from the ending of from her role in Hawkeye,
yes,
she was upset about the break-in that killed her dad.
Correct.
Yes.
Correct.
And there was Hawkeye that did it. Right?
Yes.
Came and
yes.
So who was she? So why was she still angry at other people?
No, in Hawkeye,
Hawkeye.
In Hawkeye, Hawkeye told her that
That it was
I was
Kingpin.
led. Yeah,
Yeah.
Kingpin. So
Mhm.
obviously she's angry at Kingpin, and she did what
Yeah.
she did to Kingpin at the end of that episode, or sorry, at the end of that
Hawkeye.
series.
Yes.
So now here she's come back. She thinks
To be,
Kingpin is dead,
yeah, but
but
to become a Kingpin
that's what. Yes.
in the reservation or where her people.
No. I feel what she's trying to do is in that reservation. She knows her uncle works for
Okay.
Kingpin. It's one of the way stations for a lot of
Okay.
the criminal
Okay, I see
Yeah,
distribution
what you're saying.
network.
exactly. The
Yeah,
smuggling.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay,
yeah.
okay, okay. That makes
So
sense. Okay.
her plan is I'm going to speak to my uncle and then try to start attacking the Kingpin. It doesn't make
Yeah,
much sense.
but if she wants to dismantle the network, I understand. But
But she's not even do that. Yeah, she wants to take over.
Just to take over.
she doesn't have an army. She doesn't have
Yeah,
any supporters apart from her uncle. There's no reason why people would follow you.
yep,
None at all. So
yep, yep.
it rang very, very hollow. And I kept having to remind myself, like, okay, this chick she's a criminal. You're a criminal.
Yep,
Your
yep,
dad's a criminal.
yep,
I got killed. You've avenged your dad, but now you've decided that you've avenged your dad in your head.
You want to
You decided
step
that
in. You want to step into the
step
role
in,
and continue the business.
but it wasn't
So
even your business to start with,
become that
which you
which you
hate.
hated the most. Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
I
And
was
another thing that I was thinking to myself, you according to the story in this episode 1, you think you've killed Kingpin.
Yep.
If that's the
She shot him
case,
at the end,
what?
right?
Yes.
yes.
Why are you not? Why are you not staying and taking over?
Where in New
I
York?
mean, yes. If you think
Okay.
you've killed the Kingpin, that
Yeah.
would be the time to step in.
Yeah, because there's a void. That's a very good
Yeah,
point.
there's a void. So
So where are you
why?
running? Where are you going?
Yeah, we're gonna say this a lot, Red, and I'm gonna get this out front now. This show is very badly written, and
Yeah,
when
it
I say
is.
very
It is.
bad,
It
it's
is.
very, very badly
It
written.
is. It is.
We'll be talking
I
calmly
gave it a
about it.
lot of leeway.
Yeah,
Mm. I gave it a lot of leeway when I
yeah,
started it, but okay. So that's the first episode. The second one
Mhm.
is when she tries to hijack a train, which has a pretty interesting action sequence. So
yeah,
she tries to. So one of the carriages of the train is carrying weaponry earmarked for the kingpin's businesses and his goons. Right. So she hops onto the train. She drops a bomb into but it doesn't explode. She just leaves it there so that when it gets to the way station, she'll set it off and then to blow up the whole armory.
yeah,
Right. But while she's trying to, and I'm leading up to something, please bear with me. While she's trying to get off the train, the one of the carriages like closes down on her leg, the artificial leg, and
yep.
she's stuck and she's trying to push it, and then all of a sudden she gets this burst of supernatural power, and her palms are glowing, and then she pushes it off, and then she's looking at herself because it's never happened before. It's like, oh wow, what like basically like what is this? But okay, I'll think about it later. She escapes. The train gets to the way station. It blows up the whole armory. I did like one scene where she jumps off the top of the train, and then there's like slow mo, and then she lands on the truck and stuff. But
Sure,
obviously,
yeah.
in reality, if she did that, she would be driving straight to the hospital afterwards. Um, Another episode that didn't really make a great deal of sense.
At all.
It- it-
Even that message that message, and I put message in air quotes.
yeah, that
At
she
the other
said.
end, how
What are
on
you
earth?
sending it to?
Yeah, exactly. Who is sending it to, and how did they know it's coming from you?
How did they know
It
it's coming from you?
it just made no sense.
How did
It's
they know that she was still alive and she was the one like
yeah, exactly. No,
and
exactly.
not a rival gang?
Yeah, it made zero sense at all. And as we continue through these episodes, you will see this repeated a lot, where scenes happen because I guess the writer want a scene to happen, but the logic behind it is totally absent. It's just baffling. This whole episode was for that scene, and also to insert this whole new power set.
Let's talk a little bit on this about this power and how it
The past
manifests in
sets.
this one.
I'm curious. So
It manifests
what part is this?
through strength. She she So while she was on the train, one of the carriages
What powers does she have?
Wait,
She
let's
has,
Okay, okay,
yeah,
okay. Okay,
yeah,
let's
yeah,
not.
it's
yeah.
not straightforward. Let Kex try
Well, in
and
this one, she
explain.
has super strength. She has superhuman strength. In this episode, she manifests superhuman strength. Now let's talk about the Quidditch scene, the Quidditch sequence. Uh, there's a flashback at the start of the episode where the Choctaw people, tribe, are having a competition against another tribe,
Yep.
where it's sort of is lacrosse, basically is lacrosse or field hockey. So there's a ball. They have to use a stick and net to run with the ball, and whichever tribe loses is banished from the lands forever.
Yep.
Right. Our main avatar into this whole sequence is one of the star player for the
Yeah.
Choctaw people, who's called Loak. Yes, and during the competition, Loak has an episode, has a manifestation where
Yeah.
what was it that happened? I think she just had a vision or something that
Yeah.
came upon
Yeah.
her, and then she's supposed to be a really good strategist, like like a Kevin De Bruyne, basically
I
for
think, yeah.
for the
Like
Choctaw people.
a midfielder.
Midfielder. So she does the strategy, she runs with this thing, she wins. Um, the Choctaw people win, and then the other tribe is banished from the lands. Now,
Yeah.
it's maybe all in all 9 minutes whole sequence of the Quidditch thing, the competition, them running, the blah 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 blah. What happens to have? But I must admit, this is one of the most boring
Yep.
um a sports sequences ever. Like maybe it's American football, baseball. One of the most boring ones I've seen shot on TV in a long time. One of the most boring depictions of what is probably most likely Native American culture that I've
Yes.
seen in a very long time. It wasn't exciting at all. It wasn't well acted. There was no real viciousness. There were some stupid bits
Okay.
where the game has already started, and then they go and call the other team goes to go and call their own Cristiano Ronaldo to come, and then
Yes.
the
Yeah.
guy comes and I'm like, once he starts, at the start of the game, where is a game that the losing tribe gets
It,
banished?
it's
Really bad.
poorly
So they
directed
would have, so they would have
overall.
been better off just sitting around the campfire and smoking
Oh yeah,
pipes.
absolutely. Smoking pipes.
Yeah.
Oh,
It,
absolutely. I mean,
I don't understand who come up with that scene.
You could even conjure the avatars and smoke through the pipe smokes
use
Might
and
smoke.
get your power set from there.
might have been better. Might have been better.
Well,
They didn't get it. They didn't get the actual
there was no
gameplay.
tension. There was no action. The action
The gameplay
was
was
lame.
you can understand what's going on, but it was not exciting. And when this
So
lady,
execution
yeah,
was terrible.
poor, and when this lady was doing, I guess it was meant to be extraordinary feat during the game, you could barely tell
Yeah,
what she did. Why did she pick that up? It's very badly done. It's
Yeah.
very very badly done.
it was. Honestly, it was like watching a Sunday league game in
And
person. Not even
I'm
on
gonna
TV.
and I'm even gonna go there.
Yeah,
The woman, this what do you call her name?
Loak,
Loak.
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 She looked very weird to me.
Yeah, me too. She looks
I couldn't put my
Peruvian to me rather than she looks
yeah.
South
There was something
American
about
rather
her
than
that I couldn't put my
maybe
finger on.
associated.
And
I know.
so the whole sequence is meant to show
Yeah,
us her ancestors,
yeah,
the background,
yeah,
and where this
yeah,
power set comes from. Now, let me explain this power set. And don't get me wrong, I say I'm going to explain this power set. I'm not quite sure I understand this power set. In the first episode, we see these beings
yes.
leave this cave
The
environment, and
first Choctaw people
yeah,
tribe.
and they appear on Earth. It's like they're not on Earth, and then they almost shed
Oh wait.
some layers
Okay,
of them.
Yeah.
hold on. So the cave was not on Earth, or we don't know for certain.
We don't.
We don't know
I
for
thought
certain.
it was Earth,
Okay.
but later on they said it was like they came from a different dimension to Earth.
Oh,
Which
so we've got
No,
a Krypton Dine type story where they just came
I
yes,
from.
would think that,
but I think that is the
yeah,
real story of those
yeah.
people.
So yeah, the way I would look at
So
it.
the way we have Orumila and all those
Thank
people
you.
came from.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go and
So
Google.
that's what I look at it. Look at it like Obatala descending from the
Okay.
heavens.
Yeah.
That's the way you should look at it.
Yeah.
So they came down to Earth, shed their skin, and then they populated themselves.
Became human.
They became
Yeah.
human. Yes. Now, when this girl was playing, she had there's some spirals that appeared on her hands,
Yes.
and she seemed to get
Yes.
some extra abilities, to which made her, I guess, stronger and faster.
Yeah.
Now the scene that Kate was talking about on the train, Echo also now did that. She started having flashbacks
Yeah.
to this game. Her palm started glowing, and then she found the strength to be able to push the link
Carriage on her
train
leg.
off her leg.
Yeah.
So superhuman strength.
Anyway, yes. And
It's
there
one
was
of them. It's
yes,
one of the powers.
because later on there was a statement saying the your ancestors are echoing through you.
Yes.
It's not very vague. It's not very vague.
Yes.
Let's
So
be
Oh,
honest.
so
let me.
that's okay.
Yeah.
So she's a channel. She's okay.
Hey, oh,
Yeah.
you know what? You got
Yes,
it.
yes.
She's a
She's
channel.
yeah.
So so apparently it's almost like a generational thing that one of them is the guardian of the of her people, of the Choctaw people, and it goes through the women. So this generation, she's the guardian. Now, it leads us to episode 3, where we come across one of her other ancestors, which starts in I wouldn't let me call it flashback to the like 1800s or something.
Yeah.
And she has an ancestor there that's really good at shooting.
Yes.
She's one of the light horsemen. So the like basically like the posse of those days, but you know for natives, and she's really good at shooting. Now it now later on it now shows like what's her name? What's an Echo too is really good at shooting because she can tap into that power of her ancestor
Oh,
that
no.
used to shoot very well. So that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Sorry, not does that
I'm
make
trying.
sense because it
No,
doesn't.
no. I'm trying to.
I'm saying
So it's like who was it? Animal Man who could look at an animal and channel or
Yeah, but
yes,
only
but
from
it's like across generations.
generations.
yes. Now I'm going to make a comment here, and I don't know if Kex will agree with this. You could remove this person entirely from this whole show, and it will make no difference to the show.
I would actually.
Oh, so she
I
didn't
would.
use it at all.
I would posit
Once or
that.
twice.
I would posit that you
So
should
what's the point?
remove this whole power sense from.
Exactly. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
It confuses things.
Yes. Adds
It
nothing.
honestly it adds nothing. I think it actually even subtracts
Yes. Yeah.
from the show because it confuses people. Because at the very last episode, we will tell you what happens because you can pass power on to other people. She does. She passes it on to Bonnie and to her grandma.
Oh yeah. Right. Okay. Now. Okay, we'll come to that scene in a minute.
Like,
I read that scene differently, and I think I might be
knowingly,
wrong.
No what? Sorry.
knowingly
yes.
she can
Yes.
transfer powers.
Those
Powers
ones
she
that
didn't
in
know she
danger,
had.
and then she
Yeah, but Kex, let me ask you a
by
question.
then at the last episode by episode 5. Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Is that simply because they were also part of the tribe?
I assume because they were part of the tribe and female. That's
female.
what I
Yeah.
assume.
Okay.
Oh, so it's only females that can have the powers, not the guys.
It's not expressed. It's not said expressly.
But
That we did-
everybody we see
The
is
retcon.
female.
Yeah, everybody we've seen thus far is
It's
female.
female.
Yes.
And I think I think there was no. Sorry, Kex. I think they did mention that there's always a woman, and I think
okay.
The grandma mentioned something, and she said it's always a female. I think she even had a word for it. I can't remember what it was called.
Okay, that's very possible. Kingpin is back. So
Yes.
I think episode 2 he comes back. We find out that he's alive. Now I need someone who is a ballistics expert to explain to me if you shoot somebody in the eye, doesn't that person die?
I don't want to say this, but I have to say this. This show is a show that I watched, and then I said to myself, "Yeah, I think I have to agree with people. I think the MCU is done, especially the TV. It's so badly written, and
so bad.
What happens is, even that very scene in Hawkeye, even back then we knew it was a stupid scene. We know you're not going to kick Kingpin off like that.
Yes.
So why have that scene in
why did you do it?
Yeah. And you have to now walk it back almost instantly in this episode. And you see Kingpin's basically got a plaster over his eye. And sorry, Cakes, does he still have his eye?
I think he does. I think it
So
does.
I'm,
I think it
so
does.
I'm reading the creation. I'm reading the creation myth here. So you're
Yeah,
right.
Yeah,
It's
for
yeah,
it's one
for
of the
Choctaw Nation,
yeah.
but the it's actually a guy called Chata who they've changed to. The lady's name is Shafa.
Jaffa.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
So
Jaffa.
So
the two brothers,
right.
is one
All right.
Chata, and so yeah, so the extra dimensional beings who got portaled into Earth and then
Okay.
became and transformed
Right.
into human beings.
Right.
Okay,
Okay. I know. I know you guys think that I'm always trying to get us cancelled. I'm not trying to do
go
that.
ahead.
You know what? Go for it.
So, Red, are you telling me they took an actual creation myth
Yes.
Yeah.
that exists in reality and changed the sex of the characters
Yep.
in it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. It is.
So let me read it out.
Oh God.
The opening moments of Echo Episode 1, Shafa detailed the creation story of the Choctaw Nation and stayed fairly true to what the real world mythology
Okay.
dictates. In Echo, a group of seemingly extra dimensional beings are thrust through a portal in a cave and find themselves on Earth, where they transform into humans, becoming the first members of the Choctaw Nation.
Yeah.
Their leader, Chafa, was subsequently celebrated as the first Choctaw. She seems to be based on Chata, one of the two brothers who were said to have formed the Choctaw Nation, Choctaw and Chickasaw tribes. So yeah,
Okay.
they
So
changed.
let,
They
so,
changed
so
it.
let me ask you, let me ask you a question. So let's say there was a show came out and they
Yes.
were talking about Shango.
Me, I
Yes.
go. I go off pants now.
Yeah. And so Shango is a woman, and maybe
No,
Yemoja is a
no,
man.
no. It's not. No,
Exactly. I would not be happy at all. I mean,
no.
fine. I'm not Choctaw, so it doesn't bother me that much.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
I can't imagine they were happy with it. I don't want to speak for anybody. So, but fighting God is their myth, and not
Yeah.
they didn't do that to
Yeah.
the Orishas. I would not be
Yeah.
happy.
I think I would be a little upset myself. I think I'd be
Okay.
a little bit upset. Yeah. I wouldn't
So
like
it's
it.
right. While
Wait.
Red's at that point, and I know I'm jumping ahead.
Mhm.
The whole this show, these 5 episodes, and Red, they try to do a lot of deep dive into
The
Native
Choctaw.
American,
Okay,
yeah, Choctaw
myth.
history, the cultures.
Yes.
They
Heritage.
want to make it deep. They want to make it feel lifting, the
Authentic.
culture
Yes.
authentic, and they failed miserably. For me personally, it was not the worst depiction of Native American cultural history I've ever seen. I
Can I
and
tell you
I'm
something?
big into that. Yeah, sorry, go on. Yeah,
May
go
I
on.
say something? You know what?
Yeah.
I see where you're coming from. I don't think
Okay.
they failed.
Okay.
I think they did it, but it's like someone telling you a story, but the way the person tells you the story is so incredibly boring
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I
that
agree. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
they are giving you facts. They are giving you like, oh, in 18001 this happened, but they're giving you straight facts, and you're like,
Yeah.
wow, this I never thought I would find this boring, but it's so
Yes, yes.
boring
Yeah,
that I have no like. They, I mean, the actors are indigenous people.
yeah.
Biscuits is, the uncle is, they're all Bonnie is. They probably shot okay, they shot this maybe in Georgia where they tend to do a lot of MCU shooting, but maybe I'm sure a significant part of it would have been in Oklahoma as well. The names, the language definitely felt very authentic to the Choctaw tribe, but it was very, very boring. And I will
It
posit
has to be
something.
something.
Mm,
Go ahead. Go
go on.
ahead. Finish your thoughts.
No,
Finish your
I was
thoughts.
going to say that I want to say something, and this might get us cancelled.
Okay, don't say. So I
No,
think
no, go on.
based
I want to hear it. I want to hear it.
I will be sensitive about it.
Okay.
so ba- but
I'm
based
sorry,
on what
Red.
you guys have said,
After Red.
yeah, based on what you guys have said,
Mm.
it has to be a problem with Marvel or these showrunners,
Uh,
because
it is
Native
it is
Americans mythology history actually has one of the most colorful
so
Agreed.
rich, so
Yeah.
intertwining
beautiful,
between
so colorful.
human and animals that they could play with. They have so much power. Says they do a lot of intersection between planes, so to speak, human and spirits, because they're very in touch with the
You know what?
spirit worlds.
I love
And
that.
Yeah.
go ahead.
I love it.
And
Yeah.
they
Continue. I'm
and they
feeling you.
just and the fact that they couldn't do. I don't know if anybody read there's story of Hiawatha. Here were the Harry Watts Longfellow, Wandsworth Longfellow, like
Mm,
very very solid. So they have people that turn into great eagles,
mm,
animals,
Mm.
mhm.
and for you guys to say they even attempted to dive into it and came out miserable
It was
or
miserable.
Yeah,
executed miserably.
Miserable.
I mean, I don't
it
know.
Miserable.
was. Yeah, it was just a bad. It was a bad day at the office for
So
Miserable.
who did
whoever.
they consult? I mean, because you had real Native Americans on the
And
show.
Yeah,
my belief is they did consult a lot of Native Americans. I think
yeah.
uh, look, the showrunners had Native Americans on it. I just think that the people were not good at writing, people not good at
They're bad
directing.
storytellers.
Yeah, by storytellers.
Very, very bad
And
storytellers.
I think this went as far as also the actors. I would not say this. A lot of the characters who played Native Americans were either very one note, very boring, or very bad. Biscuits was annoying.
Yeah.
We had this Native Americans, Tony Stark. I just felt
Oh,
every time he
Yeah,
came on
but
screen,
no,
he
that guy
was
wasn't
annoying.
really Tony Stark. Now he's like a mechanic. He's like
Yeah,
he's
a
a
yeah,
oh,
yeah.
building
welder,
machines. Okay,
like a
okay.
fix it, a fix it.
Yeah.
So
I'm being
Uh-uh.
downgraded him to welder.
well.
That wasn't Tony
Ket
Stark.
is accurate, but I found his character very one note, very. He's like this little an old man, but he wants to be doing playboy with this old other woman. All of the characters, even the cousin, who I felt they would build up a
Boring,
lot,
What did you guys call his?
boring.
boring.
What did you call his
Bonnie
name
was
again?
The
Bonnie.
No,
cousin,
Boring.
you had a name
Very
for him. Was it
boring.
Barney? No, there was another guy you
oh yeah,
Bonnie.
said was
Bunny, yeah,
terrible.
yeah,
Bonnie.
Barney.
Yeah,
Okay,
the cousin, the
Barney.
girl,
Okay.
the uncle. I think because he's an actor,
yeah,
the owner of the ring,
yeah, yeah.
him I was like, okay, this guy can act well.
Yeah, he had
But
some good scenes,
ah,
but overall,
they
there's. Yeah, go on, sorry, go on.
gosh,
Don't let me.
they're terrible, terrible, terrible. You know what? I don't even think I have the energy to do an episode by episode breakdown.
No,
But
I've done that already.
terrible acting, very, very boring script.
Can I also
Um,
say? Can I
now
make a point
the thing I
about
wanted
it?
to say before,
Yeah, go on.
yes, you can that one. Go on.
I want to make a point about how they. I gotta be careful here.
Yeah.
How they depicted ASL
Okay. So
in this
that one.
show.
1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Just go for it. It was what I wanted to say, but go for it.
Oh,
I think it's
okay.
better.
No,
I think
please,
no, 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 no.
please,
I think you
go.
can handle cancellation better than I can.
Who's
No,
going
no,
to
no, no,
take
no,
it?
no, 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 no. I think that one.
Okay.
Who's gonna bell
That
this
one.
cat?
You have a pension. You
For
can go
what it's
for it.
what for what it's worth. I didn't watch this show. I'm just here for the ride. So let's go ahead.
Right. Okay.
Just
So
apply the stickers. Okay. Go on.
I will put it out there first. That
Yeah.
listen, I might be wrong in what I'm about to say here.
Yeah.
So this is might be more down to me and how I feel about this show, and it might have simply been bad acting. Obviously there's a lot of ASL in this film,
A very, very, very lot. A
in the
lot of
show
it.
because
Yes.
we
Yes.
expect
Which is
that
not a problem.
at all. Now when I watch Hawkeye,
It was
I
done
remember
so well.
enjoying. Eh?
I enjoyed it. It
I
was done
remember
so
enjoying
well.
it, enjoying the
Yeah.
ASL. It worked fine for
Enjoying
me.
the death scenes.
Yes.
Enjoying the
In,
death scenes.
now when they did it in this show, it did not land. It was not done very well at all.
You know,
And
sweet.
at one point, I was thinking to myself,
Is this
are these
real?
guys bad actors? Or is it because they don't know ASL, how to do ASL while they're acting? And there's something that they were doing. And I don't know, I do not know if they did it in Hawkeye, and I just did not notice it. Is
Yeah.
when they were signing, they were also speaking a lot of
Yeah,
time.
they did it in Hawkeye. They did it in Hawkeye.
See, but here, it stood out a lot more because I think they were slowing down. It didn't seem natural.
So,
It just felt somehow to me. And I could not put my finger on it.
I,
But were they using the right signs? Because you guys remember one was
Oh,
it?
No,
absolutely.
I'm sure
Absolutely.
that would have been spot on.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Absolutely.
okay.
They were spot on with the
I just think
ASL.
that the use of the ASL was then trying to act and then trying to say the words just did not mesh for me at all.
It's one of the two things that I
Okay,
want
go on.
to talk
Right.
about.
Okay.
That's
So what's your view
plus
of
one
what
now, three things.
what wrong with the ASL bits?
It slowed the whole series down, start to finish.
Yeah. Yes, agreed.
So
Agreed.
what is what would maybe a 10-minute sequence? No, sorry, maybe like a 5-minute sequence doing the ASL would make it seem so long. It would make it be like 10 minutes because
Mm.
between watching them and listening to them speak slowly and
Yes.
reading the signage, it
Yes.
just seemed to take so long. I was like, it's not. And I was trying to remember because we've watched shows before that have had people that have hard of hearing.
I went back to look at a scene from Coda,
Mm,
and that's why I
yes,
said slow.
yeah,
She did not slow down like that.
yeah,
She was doing
yeah, moving
like
quickly
she was
with
talking
it.
naturally.
Yes, yes. It slowed down a lot. Like they would go, oh, I want to
Yeah.
take
Yeah.
you
Yeah. Yeah.
to
Exactly.
the market, but I think that we should take some time. It's like, it was very agitating watching because I was like, okay, you need to speed this up somehow. And I feel very bad saying it because I do want, this is what, genuinely, this is what we want. Now,
Yeah. Of course. Yeah.
we want more of this inclusivity. This is,
Yeah.
for me, the more organic inclusivity that, okay,
Mm.
bring different people with different, disabilities on.
I mean, yeah.
Let's push it along.
Yeah.
It's good.
The character is deaf, so
Yeah,
yes,
simple. Exactly.
have it
Yeah,
in
and
it.
this is the way people communicate with her. But
Yes.
it just slowed things down. Now, another thing, I said I had three things.
Okay.
One other thing, and this is going to be very difficult to say nicely.
That's it.
Now, because the main character, Alakwa Cox,
Yeah.
I could not connect with her at all. And it's partly because I suspect, and this occurred to me like episode 5, like, I think it's because this girl doesn't have a voice. I couldn't I couldn't connect with her voice. She sat like, okay, I don't know,
Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a
yes,
question?
yes,
Did you connect with her in Hawkeye?
I did. But it was for shorter periods.
Yeah. So
Hawkeye
similar.
was a bit
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
shorter.
No,
I
don't
did.
get me wrong.
I liked her a lot in
I
Hawkeye.
agree with you.
Yeah.
I did not connect with her at all.
At, it was a
But
struggle.
until you mentioned this now, I did not give it a reason. I did not
Yeah.
think about why. I just thought
Yeah.
maybe she was just not given a lot to play with, or she was
No, no,
directed
no, no, no.
badly.
They gave her a lot. Now, one of
No,
you guys
no.
would
So,
know.
can we talk about this? You said they gave her a lot.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
question there is,
Mm,
they give her. There's a lot of scenes with her in it.
yes.
Yes,
Yes. Yes.
but did they give her a personality for us to
I'll tell
like
you
her?
why. I'll tell you why.
Yeah,
She's extremely Maya.
yeah.
Maya is extraordinarily unlikable.
As
Extraordinarily.
as a
Maya, not
character.
the actress. Maya, the character. Sorry,
The
not
character. Oh,
Alakwa Cox. The
the
But
character
character
but
she's
Maya.
playing.
but we liked her in Hawkeye now.
We liked her in Hawkeye, but
Yeah.
there's only so much stoic, angry you can take without
Yes.
When
giving
you get
someone
some,
a
when you get something
personality.
in bits, when you get something in
So
bits and pieces,
which is what
it's
I blame the story. The story. They didn't.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay.
They gave her no personality.
Yeah.
She was just
Yeah.
her personality was angry and boning. There was no charm. And
You had no
unfortunately,
reason to root for her.
none at all.
Honestly, there's no reason to
even
root for her.
in this show.
Yes.
We say this, unfortunately, when people are acting, part of why we fall in love with a character or start to like a character or
Mm.
connect with the character is because the character would say some offbeat things. It could be a joke,
Mm.
it could be a yap, it could be, yapping someone or something, it could be a quip. But because
The-
she's hard of hearing and she would have to sign it, they just did away with it. So we're now just looking at this very angry person. She was, I think she smiled once, twice, maybe the whole series at the end. It was, I don't think I
Do
have
we know why
disliked.
do we know why she's angry?
Well, she's angry because her dad was killed.
Yeah.
The person that she trusted, Kingpin, who she took as an
Hmm.
uncle or father figure, betrayed
Yeah.
her. She's
Hmm.
gotten revenge against him. And it just felt like, and she was carrying around the rejection from her grandmother. So she had a
Okay.
big chip on her shoulder for the whole. She was
So she's damaged
horrible to
goods.
people. Red. She was horrible to her family, to Biscuit, to her uncle, to her grandma, to Bonnie. She
Yeah.
was just so so annoying. So that didn't help. She had this hard face that she had through. I was like, man, one of you guys would know this character. You guys would know this person, but you might not remember her name. Her name is Marley Martins or something. She's a deaf actress.
Okay.
She did one series one time, Beyond Reasonable Doubt. Red would know this. Red knows these obscure things. She was a deaf attorney. Okay.
Okay.
I promise you've
I
watched a
can't
movie or a
remember.
series with this woman. She's very popular. She's through the 90s. She's
Okay.
deaf as well. She signs. But because she speaks,
Right.
you can connect a little bit more
With
with her.
her. Okay.
You know, she pronounces words like she pronounces
I
weirdly.
actually know her.
You
Yeah,
I
I
say you
actually
see
know her.
Sabiam. You Sabiam. But you connect but this sorry, this Aleka Cox as Maya, it did not work for 5 episodes. I felt tortured.
Yeah. Yeah.
Watching
I
this
agree.
angry lady just kick things,
Children,
fight.
children, children of a lesser god.
Children of a lesser god. Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's one. Yeah.
You Sabiam. I'm sorry. This series, I really wish this is like that. But I think I'm at the point now that I want to sit Feige down and say, Feige, I feel that whoever is in charge of the TV, if it's you, you don't know what you're doing.
No.
You
Yeah.
don't
Totally
know
agree.
this TV thing. I have seen there are loads more TV shows. This is the worst TV show that's come out this year. No, this is the worst. This is the worst TV show I've watched this year.
Yeah.
Now,
But
the
what
more
else
I
have you
talk
watched?
about it,
Yeah.
I'm actually getting angry. What? Sorry?
This is a new year though. It's
No,
just
no,
started.
Yeah.
no, sorry. I mean, this is the worst TV I've watched this year. I'm talking about Plus, like Monarch, anything else I've watched this year.
Anything else?
Like
Okay. Okay.
even pre-existing stuff. This is easily. And let's see. I hope it doesn't get worse than this. But
What
the
do you
more I
mean?
talk about it, the
What
more
you
I
mean? The Marvel
think,
TV shows?
no, of the Marvel TV shows, this is my worst.
No. So what do you? Why are you hoping it doesn't get worse
The
going
whole
forward?
year for anything else that comes out.
Right. Got
I'm
you.
talking about
Got you.
Madam Web,
Mm.
Craven, whatever we get this year, comic book wise.
I think it's a very low point for me. I said to somebody, I said this is like somebody you give somebody with the ability, sorry, with the lack of ability to
Yes.
copy Netflix
Yes.
shows. He said to look at this Daredevil Netflix shows. I want you to make your version of this for Echo. But
Yes.
these people you give the show to, they don't have the capability. They have no idea. So they try to mimic it, but it's clearly a lower quality.
Yeah.
No, but
What's even
so
more
even
annoying
with that,
is, yeah, go on.
with that said, isn't there a review process?
Which is why I'm praying for Marvel, because obviously they did review this and they thought it was okay to go out.
That's
The quality is
problematic.
not there. You
Yes,
even
it
had
is.
another annoying thing is you had Kingpin in this show.
Oh my god.
So this is the same actor that did the not in Netflix. The menace hair is reduced. They make a mockery of him.
Honestly,
Why he allowed himself to go through this whole thing?
This is really
Vincent D'Onofrio.
I don't know.
Yes,
They're gonna have to walk this back majorly in
yes.
in Born Again. In Born Again.
Daredevil.
Yeah. It's really
So,
he doesn't look as there's no menace.
so question. So
Yeah.
the Daredevil trailer, the spot that showed in the
Yes,
trailer,
yes.
so that was a con job. So it was in and
Episode
out when
one.
it was done.
It was episode one. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the only time
And
he
that was
appears.
and that was it.
That's
Yeah.
the only time he appears.
So
And
that was to reel you in.
That's
yeah,
the only
and
time he appears.
that scene you can remove it with zero impact on the whole series. It has no bearing on the series at all.
Let's talk about that whole action sequence. What did you think about it, that one?
It was me.
Right,
So
this
it's
is the
nice.
setup.
So I saw the trailer.
Yeah.
And it looked like they were still doing rehearsals. It didn't look like the final cut. And I thought, no, there was a part in the trailer where she
Yes.
either her or
She grabbed the
Daredevil
shotgun.
raised his leg, and the leg
Yes.
hung in
Was
the air
her.
for a while. It was
It was
her,
her.
and I'm
Yes.
like,
And then he
and
turned
it
and
was
then
like
she busted out.
you could
Yeah.
imagine someone was talking to her like,
Yeah.
okay, this
Yeah.
looks like a very very unfinished product. So, but I've not seen it. So I was
Okay.
hoping
That is what the final.
It will
That
be
is what it
online.
looked like in
that was the
the
final
TV.
cut.
Yeah. Yeah. It
Yeah.
will be online.
It was
It's a long fight.
it was shite. Let me be clear. It was
Long
shite.
fight. It felt I didn't hate it that much, but one thing I felt about it was it felt very choreographed. It felt like a dance. A lot of it felt very. It wasn't organic. I can't explain it.
it
You
was
could, you
organic.
could, you could, you could feel the behind the screen presence. People
That
talking
no,
to them or telling them what to do.
you could feel if you and I practice for I don't know 6 months.
WWE wrestling. We're
Like, okay,
choreography
you know
wrestling.
what, you know what, that's it. I would even say wrestling to an extent is even a little more. Sometimes it will be like, okay, this fight, you guys fight, this person wins. They don't even choreograph it. They just say this is the person that wins. Do
Mm.
your special move, do your special move.
Yeah.
But this one felt like it was you punch me here, I hold this, then split it. It felt extremely by the numbers. Like it felt like,
It
okay,
was.
at
It-
1, do this, at 2, block with your leg, at 4, move back. I
and
want to
then and then
you'll see what I mean.
when they
It's a
filmed it,
dance. It was a
they then
dance.
they then sped it up. I
Spell
would
it out
say
to
by
It
a
was
factor of at least
half
10
a
to 15
frame.
percent.
Yeah.
Yeah, to
it
make
was
it
it
look
was
like
it was a
you're
dance. It wasn't a fight. It
It
was a
wasn't.
dance.
It was not impressive.
It was a dance.
It was one of the
Uh,
worst Daredevil scenes. No, it's the worst Daredevil fight scene
no,
that
it's
I've
not worse.
seen.
It's not worse than the one in She-Hulk.
It's what
All,
it's way
all,
it's way
all the
worse than
ones
that.
in She-Hulk. All the ones in She-Hulk was
It's way worse.
actually.
You are just here to attack She-Hulk. It's way worse than that, and you know that. It,
Oh,
and Red, this show is is an action series. It's a mature
yeah,
audience
yeah,
So
series.
yeah.
that was going to be my next question. The
The
MA
action
ratings
is
that they were talking about.
the action is May.
So what was the MA about it?
There's only
A
one
lot of blood.
scene I think can
There's
justify
very bloody. There's one scene that's very bloody.
where Kingpin's
Where
dealing with the ice cream man.
no. Yes, and you're right. But that's not the one I was referring to. Is where the is it Nikki or Vicky, the idiot at the ice rink, gets
Oh
shot,
God.
and
Oh,
then
yeah.
there's like the guy gets shot very bloody,
Ah,
and then there's
ice
I'm
blood
ice
on
rink.
I'm I'm
the ice. So
I'm blaming
Ice rink scene.
brain matter.
no, not
Spores
even
all over
he
the
gets
place.
shot in the chest,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but he falls back, and then the blood kind of rushes over his face.
There's
It's
a spray.
like it's,
Yeah.
it's just a needlessly bloody scene.
Bloody
But
is
yeah, that
So
that was that was it. Yeah,
Red, in one of the episodes, I think this is 4 or 5.
yeah,
There's this big the Kingpin goons come to
yeah.
town
Oh God.
to try and get Echo.
Oh, so
And they,
she never returns to New York.
no, all of this is set in this small town.
In this small town.
Ah,
Yeah.
Oklahoma.
So,
Was there
Yeah,
from?
yeah.
okay. And they come and they take some hostages. They take this scene. The direction of this scene is terrible.
Oh,
Things are
bad.
happening that make no sense.
Oh, bad.
It's very
There's like
bad.
there's like you know what it's I'm so you know what Duke, I'm sorry because I was like Duke, this is not bad. I was on like episode 2 then I was like this is not that bad, but now that especially now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, oh, there's this fight where she goes up against maybe 8 guys, 9
Yeah.
guys or something, and in this skating ring, and the way she's taking them out, and then she'll beat this one, do something, then smack a gun out of this one's, grab the gun, and I'm like, how are you all watching her? Like, I don't understand. Like, shoot her in the leg now. What's going on? And she's kicking their asses, and it's so infuriating. I'm like, man, this is not choreographed well
Yeah,
at
it's not at
all.
all.
You
At
don't
all.
see people. You will see people off the so. When you are when a person is fighting multiple henchmen or assailants, the way they do it in movies sometimes, if they don't shoot it properly, you can see people waiting their turn, right? So they don't do that here. So they focus on her, but the effect is that you see random people just jump in, and I'm
Yeah.
like, why did you jump in before when your guy had her by the arms and you're waiting for her to finish that guy? They're like, okay, my turn, my guys, my turn.
That
I'm
that
like,
scene that
ah,
scene
ah.
with her cousin where they did something clever, which made no sense. They locked up and then they had a fight.
I don't understand what happened there. Well,
Because it made no sense.
I couldn't be bothered. I
No,
couldn't be bothered to
I
rewind it.
I rewinded it again. I
Okay,
said,
okay,
hang on,
okay.
this makes no sense
Why did
whatsoever.
she attack her cousin?
The idea, this is going to sound very bad.
Okay.
They had this idea of, oh, let's do one of the classic scenes where,
Yeah.
where we pretend to fight,
Yeah.
but then
And
you'll
then
be able to get to one place and we'll palm something, and then we'll use that to escape later.
Okay.
But
Is that what happened?
no, it's not what happened. They just did that,
Okay.
and then in the end, This guy just locked them, and
Okay,
really, this
so
woman just went for a different entrance, left. The whole thing was a mess.
I didn't get it because, and then all of a sudden I see her building like a sniper gun out of
Oh
her.
god, I
I was
forgot
like,
that. I forgot about that.
what is this? Like, what's she building? Where did she get this?
She turned to MacGyver. Yeah, so there's a
uh,
MacGyver scene in it, Red.
there is legit a MacGyver scene in it.
Yeah, in the way
Oh, I mean, I
she
don't.
cobbles she creates a gun.
Yeah,
Like,
But,
basically, and she puts a laser scope on it, and
yeah.
she shoots out the light,
but
and then
something that's telling is, even for the bad shows we've had in the past, we've always found one person that comes and says, "No, you guys missed it. It's not that bad. This is what they were trying
yeah,
to do.
maybe next
This
week
is
they
the
will
one.
drop it.
This is the one show. It's been unanimous.
Yeah,
Everyone has
It,
said bad.
yeah,
yeah, it's
yeah,
bad. It's bad.
yeah.
And it for me, what's even making it more bad is that you almost you clearly had a template you were trying to follow. Netflix Daredevil, the Netflix series.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
So you couldn't even copy properly. It's like here's the homework, copy it, and you couldn't still do it properly. It's terrible.
Yeah. What killed the show is that the story was there was no story, and so they
Yeah,
had to force something.
yeah,
The
yes.
motivation of her wanting to be a queen. Oh, no, I can't say it. I'm sorry.
Nothing was
Wanting
organic.
to be wanting to be the top of the food chain didn't make sense. The motivation for Kingpin wanting her by his side again, because I still don't
Oh,
understand
how did that make
why
sense?
he didn't want when he didn't couldn't just kill her. I don't understand. I don't get it. I
Yeah.
don't. She's already shot you in the face once. But
And
again,
Kate,
I know we
Kate,
smoothed over that, but I don't believe you can actually shoot someone in the eye and the person will not die.
Kate, my question is this:
Okay.
she shot you in the eye.
Yes. Soft
Let,
tissue.
let, let-
So it should be in your
yeah,
brain by now.
yeah,
The bullet will be in
yeah.
your brain.
So
Yes. Go.
let's assume that yes, you are still a softie because she's your daughter, your adopted daughter in a way.
Okay.
This lady that shot you in the eye, you're still not giving her reason now to join you. You're not expecting that. Okay, no, I didn't kill your father. Why would you think she would join you?
She will join you
I didn't understand it.
because in
So
his
apart from
mind,
being
we are the
met,
same.
it's also stupid.
It's
Yeah,
stupid.
yeah, it's very stupid.
It's stupid. It's a stupid show. The thing is, it's a stupid show. It's a boring show,
Yeah,
and then it's meh. Like
yeah.
the funny thing is, I don't hate the show, but it's just these things that I'm like, what are you doing? Like, what are you aiming for here? The motivations make no sense, and then in the end, Kingpin gets angry at the end and says, "Okay, you know what? I want to kill all your Choctaw people
Yeah.
at the powwow, so I'm going to send my men with a
Oh yeah.
rocket launcher
Oh
and
god,
guns
the
to
power.
go and kill all your people, right? And then I'll also have them grab your grandmother and your cousin so we can kill them in front of you." I'm like, Wilson Fisk is the one that you people have turned to dastardly. Like this is this is retarded. Oh, sorry, Red. She gets a costume at the end.
Oh
I forgot
Oh,
to
please.
mention that. So
I
my
thought I saw
grandmother,
that. I thought I saw something like that. Saw
so
something on
so
the
yeah, so terrible.
For me, this is objectively for okay. Don't let me say.
This is honestly, this is what makes this extra foolish as a show. Extra foolish because these people are still operating under the mindset that as because it's a superhero, quote unquote, or because it's a comic book movie, the character has to wear a costume at some point.
Yeah, it's
But you're
stupid.
talking
This is
street level, no
street
superpowers,
level
nothing.
character. Thank you. Why does she need to have a? I was just like,
And
why does she?
everyone knows who she is.
No, she's
There's
not. She's
no
not like,
secret
yeah.
Yeah,
there's no secret
The,
there's no secret
yeah.
identity going on. Yeah.
the grandmother said each stitch is a
A link
something
to the
of our
past.
people. Yes,
A
Yeah, yeah,
link
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
even,
yeah.
yeah,
to
it's something of
a,
our people to
a
follow
thread
you
woven into the
into
Choctaw
battle.
whatever.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
this is why does she need a costume? She doesn't need a costume. This is the reason why Daredevil season 3 is so widely loved, because he didn't have a costume. He was just wearing that his black thing with the
Yeah.
black this thing and like, let me go and fuck people up. Like, you don't
Yeah,
need a
yeah.
costume.
And
Ah,
she is a villain as well. It's not like she's
she's
a
a
good person.
oh,
Yeah.
So
No
she's a
hero.
villain. Yeah, I will say this now. For me, and I said objectively earlier, but subjectively for me, this is the worst MC TV show for me
I
personally.
agree. I agree. I agree. I agree. I agree.
I
I
think it.
completely
I think it's also now
I agree.
a turning point for me where I
I agree.
now have no faith anymore, especially on the TV side, and most likely bleeding over into the movie side. That these guys know what they're doing anymore. I think they've lost control of the plot. I think there's pressure to them churn things out. They don't have the right staff. They don't have the right writers, and maybe the strike impacted this. I do not know. It was bad
I doubt
writing,
that.
bad
This wasn't
direction,
like
bad acting. I do not like the show at all, and I find it very annoying that a lot of money was put into this. I find it annoying that they took this whole Choctaw tribes, their back history, and made it very meh to us. We couldn't even enjoy that. The action scenes was meh. There's nothing in this show that I would normally go in for a Marvel show that was present in this one. It also did not link to anything else beyond literally showing the flashback of the
No, no,
Hawkeye
no, no, no,
series.
no, no, no. That's
So
that's
go on.
that's
Yeah.
so. That might be
is
a good thing.
one of the very very few good things about the show.
No, it's a good thing if the show was good.
No, no, no. It's a good thing because we
No,
don't
I
want to
mean,
see
so
it
that we
happen.
can forget. It could also be a
It
good thing
shouldn't.
if we want
It
to
shouldn't. It
forget.
shouldn't.
If we want to forget
Nobody
it
should
happened.
turn up because at the end now, if Kate Bishop came and said, "Hey, want to join our team?" Would you like? Do you really want to
Oh,
see that? So
no,
let it
Also,
just
if they,
be an episode,
yeah.
also if they want to
and
pretend it never happened, it's a good thing because
it's
it
a good
doesn't tie
idea.
into anything. Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Yeah,
This
okay,
show,
that's fair enough.
I was
Yeah.
watching this show, and I swear at some point I was like, She-Hulk wasn't that bad. that is
Finally,
that.
you just made that was day.
I
That
only
was
was
so
like,
happy.
No, it's not my thing because
Tatiana,
it's
Tatiana. You know what?
it's comparing
I
to
told Latona,
a
I
very
told
bad.
Latona which Tatiana at least was charming. I was like, you know what, cakes. That show is not that bad. Like
What?
I'm telling, I think that, this is easily my lowest rated show, and it just based because it's. And the funny thing is, I don't even find it particularly offensive, but it's just very, very, very.
Sorry, 100%. Red, what he said, 100%. You don't look at this film and think, this is like the worst on earth. But it's just so disappointing.
So
It's just that you can't even get the basics right. You spent money. I can see you spent money. You put a lot of effort into it, but it's like a group of kindergartens making this film.
it's a
I think we should just
blank
rate it.
slate. It's a blank
Yes.
slate. It's a
That you could
character
do
that
anything with.
you can. Yeah, it's a character you can do anything with in the space of 5 episodes, and it's a character that you can do anything with in a TVMA setting where you don't have to be restricted by she killed that guy but we can't show her, we can't show blood. There's so many different things that you could have done with this character. I
I
tell you, if you gave me 4 months, I could have given you a better TV show. I could have written you a better TV show. The action in that TV show that I would have written would be better than this one, and because it also has this very small town feel,
yeah, very small. Yeah, yes.
so that
Yeah.
also harms it. I'm like, this is someone that she was supposed to be like. Let her be a sniper as well. Like, there's so many cool things you could have done. Take her out of
Kev,
here. Yeah.
can you remind me? I might be mixing this up. Was she not the leader of the tracksuit gang?
No, 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 she wasn't.
Yeah,
No, she was the leader of the other
uh,
gang, of her family, of her dad's gang.
no,
Oh,
you're
okay,
talking
okay.
about
Tracksuit
in
mafia.
Hawkeye, right?
Yeah, in Hawkeye, yeah.
No,
I
they
thought,
did call her. They called her,
yeah.
but she's like a boss, but not their
Oh, okay,
gang.
okay, okay.
Because there was a time that they called her and she came round, and then that was when she was interrogating
Okay, okay.
those two. Yeah, I think, yeah, let's rate it. I mean, just for what they've done. Sorry, Red. One of the last powers that she has healing powers, but I don't know if it's physical healing or
Or
emotional healing.
spiritual healing.
Or even sexual healing.
Oh,
Get up.
There you
Let's
go.
get down
sorry,
tonight.
Red.
Sorry.
Listeners, I apologize.
Awesome. So
She
question.
heals. Yeah, go on.
do we think, okay, on a Marvel universe
Yeah,
level now,
yeah,
what do you think? Should they just take a break for like the next 4 years and just go
yeah,
back and
I've
get the
always said,
house right?
I've always said
I
that.
think,
I, I think I've always said that they should take a break. I
yeah.
won't say
I mean,
4 years. That's at least
a
two
big.
years.
But if you're saying 3 years, you're saying in the next 3 years.
No,
That means they're going to rush something into. They'll start developing something else from next year.
no, no. And that's in the next 2 years. If you take a break where you don't, you're just preparing one film for 2027. You got 2 years, and you can okay, let's do 3 films or let's do 4 films. At the moment, I think they've got themselves caught up in the whole MCU. I need to produce 4 films a year
They gotten on
cycle, which might be driven
the
by,
hamster wheel.
yeah, it might be driven by Disney and stuff. Oh, no, you guys need to produce.
Yeah.
Last year you did 3. Why are you not doing 4? I can see that pressure, but it's diminishing returns, and it's now setting so badly that to recover, you need to really take a good break and come with a plan. It's not just go back to the wheel. Come up with a plan. How are you going to win these guys back? I
This is
don't
the
know.
first Marvel show I'm actually boycotting.
You are not missing anything.
yeah.
Right?
You're not missing
I,
anything.
yeah,
Missing
that's.
anything.
I
Anything.
mean, before I would even give it a chance, I will say, okay,
You
maybe,
are
but I'm not.
you are actually even protecting your image of Kingpin,
Oh, that's
because
good.
what happens at the end of this Kingpin?
It was that
No,
what the
no, no,
prodigy did. It was what the prodigy did to Kingpin. Because
a little bit,
it's been a trend. It's been a
a little
trend.
bit. Yeah,
What Kate
we
Bishop
haven't
also
seen it.
did to Kingpin in Hawkeye
Yeah,
was
she
also.
rubbished him.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
this one
how
I don't actually even understand
this
what
was
Maya
worse.
does. She heals his trauma. I'm serious, though. I'm not joking though. There's this thing that that her mom does. So her mom is the healer
Yeah.
of the echoes, right? You know, we said there's a sharpshooter, there's a strong one. So her mom heals.
Isn't her mom dead?
Her mom did die, but she
Yeah.
now remembers. She has a flashback
Okay.
to once when she shot a woodpecker with a slingshot, and then her mom comes and then heals the woodpecker, and then this happens in episode 5. So you know, say now they realize that there's no more time. Let's rush things. So her mom heals a woodpecker, and then she now realizes that, remembers that, okay, see, I saw my mom use powers. And then later on, basically, at the very after the final confrontation with Kingpin, she 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 does the thing on and puts it against his head. Now there's a running theme through the show, or I don't know whether I would even say theme, that the Kingpin is angry, like very very
Yeah,
angry, and
you
it
said
stems
trauma.
from
My mouth is open. You said he healed not even physical wound. It's
not a
trauma.
physical wound, a traumatic wound that he's been angry since he was a child when his dad was beating on his
She
mom.
Yeah.
pretty
Yeah.
And then
much
when that happens, his goons come because they hear the police and take him away, and he's shouting, "What did you do What did you do to me? What did you take from me? What?" And he gets Kingpin gets pulled by 2 goons into
she
his car.
just like she just de-shrinked him. She
Yeah,
completely.
exactly. She emasculated. I don't know what she did.
Red, do you remember how they dragged Darkseid away from the beating he got on
Yeah,
Earth?
exactly like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that. And then in the end, he's in a private jet, and then he's listening to the mayoral election in New York.
Oh
So we
yes,
get the
yes.
impression that he's going to campaign for mayor. So in Born Again, it might be his mayoral campaign, or he will be the mayor by then of New York in Born Again, which I have very, 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 very little
Maybe they
confidence in.
shouldn't. Maybe they should just
Very
scrap
little.
that. Maybe they should just scrap it.
Well,
Red.
they have in a way. You remember
What?
they went back to the drawing board.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, okay.
So
Yeah.
whatever they were planning
Have
before,
faith,
they kind of scrapped it and they went back to
No,
drawing board.
but you
I
have
think
faith
that
it's going to be
their
better.
problems are
Do I have faith?
two different
Yeah.
problems.
No.
Yep,
The answer is no.
Okay.
Not anymore.
it can't be good.
I've
That is
lost
very
faith.
good.
The
That
TV
is
problem
very
is
good.
different from the
Yeah.
movie
Go ahead.
problem.
Yep.
No, no, no. I'm just saying that the TV problem is
It's different
different
from the
from the
movie.
movie problem.
Yeah,
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 the
yeah,
TV
yeah, yeah.
problem now is that they have the absolute wrong group of creatives behind those TV shows.
Yeah.
It's not that you know it's I mean, you the I wasn't the biggest fan of WandaVision, but WandaVision was so superiorly written compared
Mm.
to like
So it's
the
been a
phase
steady it's
two
been
of
a steady
release of it.
it's been a steady decline.
It's
So
just been
the further back you look, the better the show.
it's just been so bad.
Yeah.
But okay, let's yeah, that one.
Let's rate it.
Okay,
Yeah,
I cannot in any good conscience give this anything higher than 1.4 out of 5.
Jesus.
I honestly can't.
I say this is a mere show. Um, it didn't upset me. So in reality, I
One star.
should be giving it super average 2.5, but it's just so below standard with everything that they have. It's a show that if it was done properly, I mean, if it was done by even the guys in is it it's not Showtime or Cinemax or who does like Warrior
Yeah,
who
yeah,
did Banshee,
Yeah.
like those guys would give
AMC
you
and
a
Co.
very good AMC and Co.
AMC
They
FX.
would give you FX epics. They would give
Yeah.
you a very very good 5 episodes. At least you'd be like, man, the action was good. So looking at that,
And I think he's frozen.
Yeah,
I
he
think
froze.
the score he was about to give was so low.
uh,
Echo no
so
agree.
okay,
Echo no agree for you.
did you guys sorry? Did you guys hear my score?
No, you
No,
froze. You
you froze
froze.
just
Oh,
before you
sorry
Froze.
gave
about
it.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, go
So
on.
I have to give it. I'm going to give it a 1.
Okay.
Jesus.
Because yeah, because it had a
Is that
lot
bad?
of runway. Yeah, and somehow it still crashed. That's not good at all. I'm going to give it a 1. What I did like about it, honestly, I like the opening theme music. There's like a song at the opening theme that I liked. I was like, okay, let me listen to it. I like the song.
That soundtrack.
So the soundtrack exactly. Make a shot give him that one. That one. How many times did we see her on a bike? Each episode, I think we saw her on a bike like 3 times.
Yeah, you know,
She was always on a bike. I was like, yeah, great.
bike is shortcut for being cool.
Sure,
I
sure.
was like, no, you know, I was watching that. I was thinking that. So you were talking about Ahsoka. I wonder what you're thinking about. Each episode, she rode a bike like 3 times.
Oh, so
I was like,
question. What was the
oh,
connection that you guys are saying? Is Echo Ahsoka now? Was there any correlation?
No,
why do you say that?
no, it was the Kaori.
Oh,
When
No,
Kaori,
Kaori. Sorry,
Kaori.
no,
yeah,
no, not Ahsoka. Sorry,
when in the
sorry.
show when they tried to
Yeah,
depict her using her powers,
yeah.
it was very similar, like the glow in her hand. It was very similar in a way
Oh,
to how they depicted in Kaori.
okay.
So I could see why people would, especially since it's fresh in your memory. We really watched that like a month ago, so you could
And
see.
the,
And I was
and
scared that is this on purpose
maybe
or not?
lazy Marvel writing. They're both Native
Terrible.
Americans. They have to be the same powers.
Terrible. Just
Yeah, I don't know.
terrible.
But
You
it
know.
did evoke. I can see why people
Okay.
made that connection. It did evoke it, but it was just. I don't like this show. I don't know why I keep on repeating
Terrible.
myself. I do
Terrible.
not like this show.
Yeah,
So this is the
let's
lowest. This show has the lowest rating ever, right?
I'm making a point of giving it lower than anything I've watched on
Yeah, for me, I don't think I've given anything this low.
yeah,
You've never
Especially
given
I,
anything
I
below
haven't.
two.
I
definitely in
haven't.
MCU. No, I have. No, I haven't. Because I've never really hated anything MCU the way I hated this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I the way I just absolutely made this and actively would suggest not watching it to anyone. I just like don't watch it. There's nothing
Yeah,
to
yeah.
gain.
I'm not bothered. I'm not bothered.
There's
I'm
nothing,
not bothered.
and
I cannot.
it takes a long time. It takes a long time to
Oh,
watch.
the long
It's
episodes,
it's
No, they're not.
47-ish minutes, but
It
it
feels
feels
long.
but
like 90 minutes.
but it's boring.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
It
feels
feels
long.
like 90
Yeah.
minutes. It's very boring. Okay, all right. That's Echo and Get Lost.
Yeah,
That
let's
one
hear.
you said you wanted to talk about. Should we talk about it next week? Rise
Yes,
or
yes.
okay.
I'm sorry. My energy has been
Yeah.
drained by talking about Echo.
Yeah, let me read. I want to read that again because I did
Yes,
read this. This is by Kieran Gillen. Red,
yes.
you should probably
Which one?
get on
For
this one.
Rise of X or
Read
Rise?
both.
I like
Rise,
Karen
Read
Gillan.
both.
rise, rise of
Go-
X. So
Yeah,
can I make a comment?
go ahead,
This
please.
is more to help
Let me grab it.
when you're rereading it. If
Okay.
you guys remember back when we Hickman started on the House of X and the
Yes,
House of X,
I remember.
he had the timelines that Marama
Yes,
Target was going to,
yes,
and
I remember.
there was one missing, and there was one that ended up number 9, and it ended up, I think, timeline 9.
There was one that was missing. You're right.
Yes, and there's timeline 9. This comic basically is exploring more timelines.
Did you say more timelines?
Yes, more Myra Mataget resets timelines,
Okay. Okay.
but not the original Myra Margaret. This is where Sinister's made a clone of them, and he's been using them to reset the timeline.
So that's the thing. I've gotten turned around.
Yeah. So
Because
I'll give you another 2 things that will help you.
okay.
Enigma. There's a character that appears in that comic called Enigma. Always remember, he's not from space and time. He's outside of space and time. It makes a lot more sense when, and the same goes for Rasputin.
4. Yeah.
Yeah, she's where she's coming from to
Yeah.
interact in these lines. She's coming from outside of space and time. The Phoenix White Hot Room
Yes.
is not in any timeline.
Okay. Okay.
So that will make it clear to you when you start reading it again.
Okay. All right. Honestly, I have been struggling, and with honestly, and honestly, I lay the blame squarely at the feet of Sinister and his quest for dominion, because I'm
Yes,
like,
yes.
bro, what
And
is it?
this is a continue of that. This
Yeah.
really is a continue. It explains it a lot better in my view. Once you get your head around it and you read it again, you read that there's Nathan Essex himself,
Yes.
and then he created 4 clones who
Yes.
try
Correct.
to. Yeah. So once you get
Yeah.
that straight, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
It's a
All
big
right.
one
Cool.
though.
Cool. 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 Cool.
96,
Right.
almost 100 MB.
But the comic,
Yeah.
The comic.
yeah,
Yeah, I think it's because of the drawings at the
yeah,
end.
yeah. It's the
I
art.
mean, because of
Yeah,
there's a graph thing, like timelines of timelines and
yeah,
build
Okay.
up to a
Oh.
dominion,
yeah.
and yeah, it's I don't even understand. It's like a super mind or supercomputer, but or something. I don't know. I'll read it again.
I'll read it.
Yes,
So
yes.
that's for next week. Okay.
Yeah,
Or something.
that enigma is that enigma. So basically, because you read it already, so it's not a spoiler.
Mm.
The AI who are winning, who they've invited a dominion
Yes.
to come and take them over.
Yes.
But as part of the plan, one of these sinister clones, the one with
Yes.
the spade, I think it's the one with the spade on his head. He's got this. He had this software that he used to erase the Dominion, not kill it, but erase it and
Okay.
implant it, now overwrite it with his own software himself.
Yeah.
So he was meant to then ascend to become
Yeah.
a godlike being, Dominion, but he failed. But Enigma, which is the original Essex, succeeds. Yeah,
Ah.
yeah,
Okay. One that is stabbed is the one with
yes.
that wanted to put him.
Right, overwrites, yes,
Yeah, okay.
yeah.
I'll reread it before next
So
week.
what you find is the comics is actually about the battle between the X-Men who are in this white hot room, i.e. Rasputin and Co., versus
Yes.
Enigma. Not even
Okay.
those people in the timeline. They know this Enigma is doing this in different timelines. So they're going and they have to reset it to stop him from winning. And then they have to do it again.
Okay.
Yeah, it sounds crazy.
Okay.
But yeah, we'll talk about next
I'll
week.
read it. Yeah. We'll talk about it next week. Yeah. So next week we'll do a comic book. We'll do comic book reviews next week. We'll talk about
Yeah.
comic books and what we're reading. Red, what was it that there was something that you said you were going to read. I think there was something I said you should read. Wasn't Blade? It was Blade. Yeah, Blade is on there.
No.
There
You
was
give me
like
some.
a
Yeah,
self-contained.
hold on. I'll remember because I grabbed it. I'll remember what it
was,
was.
Maybe like a
Give
5
me something.
issue something.
No, it was okay. No, so you guys talked Ultimate Spider-Man. Then which one?
We
No,
haven't
no,
talked
no, no,
about
no.
Ultimate
House on the Lake, right? That was what you guys said.
Yeah, wait, you haven't read that yet?
Which one?
The Nice
House
House,
on the
the Nice
Lake.
House on the Lake. Yeah.
Nice House on. I haven't. No, so I'm
Oh,
reading it.
brilliant book.
I grabbed it.
Okay. James Tinian.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
James
many books are those? 9.
maybe 18 or something.
Okay. How do I have? I don't have up to 18. Okay.
But
There was
how
something
many do you have?
else.
It's done. The book is done. So there was something else. I feel. Yeah. But
No,
anyway, we can take it offline. All right. Right. Thank you everyone for listening. That be episode 167 of Naija's Geeking Out. So next week we'll be talking about comic books. Yay, which we all love.
Yeah.
Now remember to rate, like, subscribe. Naija's Geeking Out on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. That's it from me. Cakes. See you later. Red.
well, I was a casual bystander on this one. I'll see you guys next week.
And it's also a goodbye from me, and we'll see you later.